Fixxx on Dash Radio. Get the shit.
Hey, Jew Hefe gave us a little bit of that fire, yo, with that On Mama's track. And he had all that booty shaking, clapping everywhere. Everywhere you looked, it was a booty. Booty.
Yeah, it was
everywhere.
cool.
It was cool. It was cool.
But it served its purpose.
Yeah, it served its purpose, but we're about to hop back into these interviews, right? So right now I have with me Maxamillion. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you feeling today?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, so tell everybody what you do.
I own a modeling agency, MMC Modeling. I've been doing it for about 2 years. I have around 60 models on my roster right now. Casted for New York Fashion Week, Miami Swim Week, LA Fashion Week, LA Style. Right now I'm trying to, reach international, London, Spain.
Well, you're already on a good roll, so I don't expect you to not achieve that. So how'd you get into this?
I actually used to model myself.
Okay.
So I took what I learned in the industry and I kind of flipped it on its head. And, I figured, why stop? I'll go behind the desk and make some more money.
Yeah, because, I know when it comes to modeling, you got an agent and then you got a manager you got to give money to. And
right.
just tell me how that kind of goes. And
Well, for me, what I do is I act as the manager and the agent because I'm the only person that runs my business. Like, I literally do everything myself. I build my website, do all my social media marketing. I do everything. So I take 20% off of everything that I book. We just shot with Adidas last week.
Okay.
That was an easy $5,000. You know what I mean? So it's just all about the connections in the business, doing good business, and just good business, good communication, and just doing it right. And
So what are some of the challenges that you face building your modeling agency, like to pick the right models?
Well, I mean, for me, it's not about what you look like because everybody's beautiful in LA. Everybody wants to be a model. It's the biggest hashtag. Everybody just like Instagram is just blown up and made everybody a model. For me, it's about personality. It's about if I can work with you. Punctuality, professionalism, all of that comes into play for me.
Okay.
it's dope. So do you feel like you being in the modeling industry already, that kind of helped set up your other networks and your connections?
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's honestly, that's why I started it, because I felt like, well, I do a 9 to 5. I've been working for myself since I was 18. Why stop? And I felt like, why not use what I already know and just maximize it to the fullest?
So I noticed that you told me, you hit me up and you're like, hey, I got all these models on your show and I want to come through. So
yeah,
is it King Jahar?
King, I had Aubrey Ball. He actually worked with Conversational Peace, and they did an interview and on her radio station and stuff like that. So shout out to him. But yeah, I just felt like this is definitely a good platform to brand and get yourself out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, also modeling. I feel like people don't really know, like, people who play the position that you play, basically. The people who set up these models and book these models and whatnot. So have you ever been in a predicament where you had a model and later you kind of figured out that you weren't really trying to promote them like that, or you weren't really interested like you were?
Yeah.
And what do you do about that? Do you...
Well, there's a clause in my contract, and there's like there's a 3-month period. So I get to, my first booking, I usually book a model probably within the first 2 weeks. And I just kind of gauge their professionalism and how they carry themselves at auditions and whatnot. And I can just judge from there. And if within that 3-month period, if I feel like I can't go, forward with it, then I let it go.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
smart.
So wait, so when do you present them with the contract after the 3 month? And
Well, no, what I do initially, I'll sit down with them and we'll just kind of have a an initial interview just to gauge how they talk and how professional they are, and from there I'll send them a follow-up email with an offer attached with the contract. It's a non-exclusive contract, so it's nothing that's super binding. I felt like, I'm only 2 years in the industry. There's no reason I should be locking down models. I'm not Wilhelmina, and I'm not LA models. But, I'm definitely going to get there.
Yeah,
and
you're
that's
working there,
definitely
yeah.
where, I need to be. So, it's all progression steps.
Definitely. I mean, you definitely have the following and stuff, and I like the images on your page. So how do you find photographers? I mean, I know there's several photographers in LA, but, find that right photographer and actually loving their, work. How do you go about that?
Well, I mean, photographers reach out to me daily, just as much as models submit to me daily. So honestly, it's a blessing to just be able to pick out of a pile and be like, okay, I don't like your work. I like your work. Okay, we can do a little trade for it just to see how you can shoot my models, and then we'll go from there. Right now I have two models that are in-house models. In-house photographers, and they shoot all my stuff. So one of them, he used to shoot for Maxim in Italia Vogue. So I have him doing all of my like basic packaging. So when new models come in, I have them shoot their headshots. I have them shoot a couple of lifestyles just to fill out their portfolio. So I make sure that they have a very diverse look about them. So when I cast them, I can cast them to different things.
That's what's up.
So how many submissions do you get daily?
I would say around 20 to 25.
Wow, that's a lot.
And so what
So
I
your
do,
DMs are popping, huh?
well, it's not DMs, it's more
Emails?
Yeah.
More so
So
emails?
emails.
Hey, they do them both,
Yeah, emails and DMs. DMs is a lot more. It's popping a little bit more now. That I hit over 20K on Instagram, so now a lot of the upper like 100K, 150K models are kind of reaching out, and they're like, hey, we see you. You know what I mean? I need representation. There's a lot of like public figure Instagram people that are above 150K that are not verified. They don't have representation, and they're just doing everything freelance off of branding because of their Instagram. And so they don't have that extra person to talk for them, because that's what representation's about. It's about having that person that can be like, you know what, I'm going to call production myself, and I'm going to let them know that you were there for an extra 6-7 hours and you weren't paid for it. Whereas a freelance model, they can't really complain.
Yeah.
They get paid and they're just like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? I can't really do anything about it. That's the difference, having a brand behind you.
Okay, dope. So have you ever thought about maybe putting together your own clothing line or anything of that nature?
Yes,
Jewelry,
I
shades?
did it. I did it briefly. I had a Shopify store up. I did swimwear. So I had like bikinis and stuff like that, and it didn't really take off. So I kind of like put it to the side. It's not like scrapped, but it's definitely put to the side. It blew up really quick, but then it didn't really sell.
Okay.
I felt like it would have been a good integration with MMC, because then I could just, file my models through the clothing and just shoot that and just, have like unlimited content. But it just didn't work out as planned.
What's some of the music you listen to?
I don't like the new music nowadays. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm right in that same boat with you.
I don't like the colorful dreads. I don't like the screaming on the track. I need something with some content.
Fluidity,
I like J. Cole. I like Logic. Something that's gonna give you a message. Because that's what I grew up on Tupac and all of that. So I grew up on having a message and relaying a message within the music. And nowadays, there's no message in the music.
So, have you ever thought about maybe dressing or styling different rappers and whatnot, or you just more so take care of just like
honestly,
booking jobs and whatnot?
I take care of just booking the jobs and making sure that they get to where they need to be on time, because that's how I get paid.
Yeah.
And then, I also work with a whole bunch of stylists that do that style like rappers and stuff like that. So, that's something I can always like reach in that bag and kind of grab.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. So, go ahead and tell us where we can find you at. What's your social media and everything, and anything else you would like us to know? Anything big coming up that you're working on?
You gonna come back next time with some models?
Yeah. You know what? The only reason why I didn't come out with models is because I didn't even know the layout. I didn't know like you can actually sit people up in here.
Yeah, man. So now that you know.
So next time I'm gonna bring at least 4 or 5 just to
bring
sit down
60.
here. You feel me?
All 60. Laugh it up.
Yeah, I feel that. But you can find me on Instagram at MMC_modeling.
Okay.
Facebook MMC Modeling LLC. You know, just the basics. I'm actually gonna be starting a radio show.
Okay.
Myself.
That's what's up, man.
And it's
a radio show.
It's gonna be dropping on my birthday, January 19th.
Okay.
On U Radio, so it's just gonna be lit.
That's what's up. So everybody tune in. So what we're gonna do is take a small break. We're gonna come back with the last guest. You listen to the Fixx on Dash Talk Ed.